welcome to the A for No, B for Yes podcast, the Zelda themed podcast where we go chapter by chapter through the games. This episode, we are going through the Wind Waker, and we are at the finale. We had just recently wrapped up getting all the Triforce pieces, and now we are ready to take on the man, the establishment, the government, Ganondorf. My name is Anthony. And I am an elongated, evil laugh in an underwater world, echoing in the hush between falling rain and rushing water, where shadows ripple and time forgets its name. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host.
I'm Ryan Fonzie, and I'm high quality H2O.
And I'm Cameron, and I'm a Tamagotchi that you forgot about, and I'm really hungry, and I could really use some food. I hope someone feeds me soon.
And I'm Luigi, and I'm just like the most evil, nefarious wind you could ever have happen to you.
Scorching even?
I mean, you know it. And then cold? Gosh, I'm so awful.
Whenever there was a Luigi, it only brought one thing with him.
I have to ask you,
Let's go.
is the wind, is it blowing?
All right, guys. so this is the part where we go to Ganon's tower.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
At least it would be phenomenal. I mean, we'll talk about it. It's a good section of the game. We enter, of course, through the Tower of the Gods because we are heading back to check on our good friend Zelda, and so we head back to the tower to go through the little warp down below. And before we do that, the King of Red Lions stops us to let us know that us having the Triforce of Courage is basically the coolest thing ever, and that he's going to deem us the hero of wins in this era.
You earned it.
It's like you get a title. Hero of Time has a title. You get a title. That's how this works.
Fine. You earned it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like we have to give the kid something. He's done everything for us.
Right. It definitely is a weird moment because, you know, to get to this point, he's like, oh no, Ganon's gone quiet. He must be planning something to do with under the water. We got to go make sure that Zelda's okay. So like he's very urgent leading up to this. And then you get to this point and he's like, hold on, before we go down there, I just want to let you know.
Here's your promotion. Let's get this out of the way.
Superficial titles so that you can feel good about yourself.
It feels like something that would have been put maybe somewhere else in the game, or if the game were allowed to be paced much better. But yeah, I kind of feel like you're right, where it's just like, okay, well, this is the perfect spot for the boat to be like, by the way, you're a hero. You got that thing in your hand. It's pretty much official.
Kind of funny too how this is like, we didn't even beat a boss leading up to this. We just went on a treasure hunt. We beat all the bosses, and he's like, yeah, all right, next thing. But we did a treasure hunt, and he goes, you're the hero of wind now. Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Could Tingle have feasibly fished all this up and been the guy who gets to be the hero of wind just because can anyone have the Triforce of Courage in their hand if they fish it up and put it together?
Yeah. You just go around the Great Sea, and every time you like pick up one of the Triforce boxes, it's just empty. And then you turns out the scuba team just has it.
Yeah. Hey, bub.
Hey, bub.
You go back.
We're the heroes of winds, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really courageous now, bub. And then the guy's like,
bubs of the wind.
The bubs of the wind.
No.
It's rare that we get an episode title in the first 5 minutes of recording, but I think the bubs of the wind is going to be it.
Bubs of the wind.
All right. So we do go back down to the castle, and we are directed to go back to the room where we left Tetra because
And
why
she's
wouldn't we go
just
check on her?
fine. She's just fine.
She's just
been
fine.
playing
She's just
solitaire.
standing there in the middle of the room,
She's absolutely fine. For now.
smiling and happy. Definitely not starved at all.
Coral left her a Game and Watch or like a little Tiger electronic thing to play. She's just been hanging out.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tetris.
We run up.
Tetris.
She looks really happy to see us, but then suddenly you hear the noise of teleportation.
I was going to say it's the return of Felda.
Oh,
Felda.
well, wouldn't this be like the original Felda? I couldn't tell if this was like just supposed to be an illusion, or if this was like her being actively taken while we were looking at her, and she just didn't realize it was happening until it already happened.
Maybe.
I think it's the real one. I think Ganon was just waiting to troll us, like some kind of demotivation campaign. Like, he's going to see her and be like, she's fine. Phew. And then I'm just going to be like, ha, 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 evil man stuff.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The confusing thing is that her expression doesn't change. Like, she just keeps smiling as she disappears.
Yeah, I think it's an illusion because upstairs, like, the statue has been destroyed. It's been blown out of the way. It's got like a, I don't know, Great Fish Isle feel. So we already know something's up before we get down there. And like in Ocarina of Time, Ganon was able to find Zelda because Zelda finally took the Sheik costume off and was like, "Here's your light arrows. Like, you're cool." And then he's like, "Aha! I knew you'd show up someday." So this isn't like him waiting for us to hang out. He already knows where she is. He already broke in. It's probably just him messing with us.
Yeah. I have a question about this whole scenario.
Okay.
And I mean, okay, do we want to talk about the Dark Nuts first? Like
they come in, we beat him.
He takes away Zelda. He throws 2 Dark Nuts at us. They're just as easy as every other one we fought at the end, right?
They're big guys, but yeah,
they're mighty, at least.
I mean, big mighty Dark Nuts.
Right. So we trash them, and then we head outside, and we have to cut down a barrier. It's the same purple barrier that kept us from exploring Hyrule earlier. But 2 things. One, it's not broken, as in like Ganondorf didn't have to break it to get Zelda and to leave Dark Nuts for us.
No.
And 2, we have to break it. So like, is this Ganondorf's barrier? Like, did he put this up?
I tend to think that either whoever put it up, if Carl put it up, he unintentionally created a prison.
I was going to say,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was Coral because he mentions protecting Hyrule as like a last ditch effort.
He's only really
Hyrule was like
the castle
flooded and also frozen in time. Like the castle was frozen in time, which both served as like ways of protecting it already. So like this purple junk feels it looks more like when Ganondorf in Ocarina of Time put the crystal around Zelda. Like it's that purple nonsense. But at the same time, I'm like, it does feel when you first come here like this is to protect the castle.
Yeah. But he sort of imprisoned the castle too, because Ganon is just apparently has run amok under the water because he's, he escaped. There was no link. So they didn't seal him away again. They're just like, well, bye. You're stuck down here now. So he's just been down here.
Yeah.
So like whether or not, Coral made it or Ganon made it, the effect is the same. Like the castle is sort of, it's protected, but it's sort of its own island. It's imprisoned. It's besieged.
Yeah.
Can we also talk about how, because we're about to embark into what would be like a small Hyrule field, and then obviously like once we get through Hyrule Field, there's some stairs, and then we get out into the desert where we are currently going. Nowhere in this area is there water. Water's like 200 feet above us in the entirety of Hyrule Field and the surrounding regions, which leads me to believe that because I at first like the game kind of portrays like, oh well, like Hyrule Castle is protected, so that's why there's no water. But now it's like we realize all of Hyrule, there's no water underneath here for like, it's just
or
like
at least this
magically
spot.
right.
And
But it almost seems
and
like
it's
there's like
light
a
out.
firmament like above Hyrule, which is like a term just like, there's like water in the sky that's like not falling due to gravity. It's just really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's also light. Light is able to make its way down here. Which
this is the light that made it right into the Earth Temple or whatever.
So maybe Coral didn't have a giant flashlight with D battery.
No
magazine.
40,000 lumens.
Maybe not. But this seems to have it's not that deep. If we're still getting sunlight.
And now my question, like, kind of is, I think I know why there's no fish in the ocean. It's because when there's fish, they just fall through the top of Hyrule and go into Hyrule Field.
Oof.
This is just like
the fishermen are the only ones smart enough not to fall through the through the dome.
And the surface dwellers, like the surface, like the water sharks, and
this is why the Zora need to learn how to fly.
I'm fully convinced the Zora are still in Hyrule, like just like nothing ever changed.
Yeah, they're just in the lakes and oceans of Hyrule.
But you just said there's no water down here.
Well, there's some water somewhere.
Well, yeah, there's like water under Hyrule Castle, which like makes zero sense because there's like water above Hyrule Castle, and then there's like a lake under Hyrule Castle that's still a lake.
Yeah, they could still be there then, just hanging out.
Yeah,
I know there's some peace and quiet.
It's a nice little setup Ganon's got down here. Really, I don't know why he's so obsessed with getting. I guess maybe it's not completely free of water, or he just doesn't like the firmament. But yeah,
I think he's just lonely.
What is Hyrule without the mountaintops?
There's only 20 other people up there, dude.
There's like no one to
who's he gonna hang out with. He's got some monsters, He
does have monsters. Like I don't know who he's planning on hanging out with otherwise.
Yeah,
other than the monsters. So like, what's the? We could question his motives all day. I just don't think we're gonna get there with game logic.
I wonder if Ganon's ever gonna cash in on that bounty that the community put out for getting through that barrier.
Yeah. Right.
This little Hyrule Field run, though, is really something special. A couple of moblins, a couple of P-hats.
It's one path alley.
A couple of hook shot spots. And, as you look around, you realize the potential that was, maybe squandered a little bit. But
Hyrule Main Street.
built to 3/4 scale for picture taking.
Yeah.
And then, just for context, because this was squandered, but if you do a zoom out of Hyrule Field, this is after the hookshot bridge, by the way. So you go into the cave, right?
All right.
So what people think was supposed to happen, which we're not really sure because we don't know, but if you zoom out, you obviously go into the cave, and then you do the cave stuff, and then you're supposed to come out on the other side in Gerudo Desert. So that was supposed to be like a transition to Gerudo Desert, because if you zoom out, you can see the cave exit in the zoom out mode, which is like literally directly on the other side of the giant wall in from where the Hyrule Field is. And then there was like actually molded terrain that you would like walk around. It looks like, and you would head towards Ganon's tower, and that's how you get into Ganon's tower. Is you go through the desert and then enter the front door of Ganon's tower
Yeah.
from the desert. But they cut all of that and just made like, you go in this cave, you're there. Don't worry about it. It's not even it's barely an inconvenience.
It's right across
Right.
the street.
And it just doesn't feel right. Like, why? Right? It's right across the street. Why is Ganon's tower literally like a 20-second walk from Hyrule Castle? It just makes no sense.
Why
It's
not just a
so
little more?
close.
Like just a little bit more padding.
Right.
Like there's enough padding already. Like just why not a little bit more to get him the desert just slightly farther away?
It would have been so epic. If they had a desert walk, you know.
At what phase of tower construction did they decide they needed to flood the world? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When did this tower appear? How long had it been there? Like, what are we doing?
Did he build this after he got stuck down here?
Right.
I almost feel like that makes more sense than it getting flooded with the tower already built.
There's no mean wind around here.
Right.
And if you look at the tower, it's like, so like you there's like the cliff, right? The cliff like plateau that's blocking your view from the desert. You can see the desert. His tower. You can actually see the tower too, like in the distance. His tower is in the middle of the desert.
His old house that he doesn't live in anymore.
And so it's like they had this whole thing planned, and they just were like, "Yeah, he's gonna live across the street from that castle, though.
We gotta do stuff.
So
we got deadlines, boys.
Yeah, let's talk about this castle.
Wrap it up.
Because we get inside this thing. There's a big creepy cave entrance, whatever. But we get in through the underground entrance, which leads us directly into a room that is a 4-corner boss rush memory style mode, where we
Moose boosh, if you will, of each.
Yeah.
We get
one challenge room that's not really, depending on which one you're going to, like varying degrees of actual challenge, leading up to a reminder match of what you've already done. This is just, in the context of the game, it just does not make a whole lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like it felt like they were going for like a callback to Ocarina of Time, Ganon's tower, with each room is like one of the temples, but the result of those rooms was like to allow a specific sage to break a seal, and it kind of made some narrative sense. This just doesn't. It's like, hey, I know you've already beaten all of these, but do it again.
But with a better sword.
And you're not even fighting like the real one. You're fighting like a grayscale memory of it.
Yeah, it feels like, it definitely feels like a memory. Like they've thrown you into a memory fight.
It took me out of the experience of Ganon's Tower, because you get into Ganon's Tower, it's this cool, fiery pit with a giant demon skull, and like I went left immediately and then fought was it Volvagia? Or
no, there's Goma.
Is Goma the one with
the Goma parasite?
Yeah, okay. So like what took me out of the fight,
he went straight into fire.
Having I can't even remember the dragon's name.
Valoo.
Having Valu's tail there, and like the whole thing, like why is this in Ganon's, like why is Valoo, it's almost just like, why does Ganon have rooms in his tower that make you remember your memories? Like for what purpose does Ganon have this in his tower?
He's got a holodeck. He's got a holodeck in his tower.
Yeah, like what's the idea here? Like,
is he like training?
It's so
like
confusing.
Image training? I don't get it.
It's like, in the dungeon is where I keep my prototypes. You can fight them if you want, but you already fought the real ones. So like, I don't know.
Like I said a second ago, like they already have padding in here. Why did they stop at the desert padding?
Right.
This is very, we've got some new stuff. It is a couple of the rooms feel like they test your knowledge of the dungeon itself, which is cool. But like you said, it's not very connected. It doesn't feel very connected to the room, the situation. But it's kind of fun. But yeah, it feels like quick throw some stuff together. We'll throw the boss at the end of it. We need to stretch this out a little bit.
Also, not a fan of how they limited your items in each room to what you would have at like that dungeon, and then they cleared out your items every time. Like, oh, you walked through a new door, go assign all your buttons again. Oh, you beat the boss, go assign all your buttons. Oh, you walked through that door now, go assign all your buttons again. I'm like, I'm tired of assigning my buttons. Actually,
like they would take away the items that you weren't supposed to have yet at that point of the game. But it didn't matter because, like, okay, if you've played it before, I'm walking up to a room and I'm like, I know what boss is behind this. Let me just go ahead and throw on my grappling hook now. And then I walk through the room and it's like, actually, you didn't do that.
Redo that.
Start from scratch, my guy. I'm like, really?
I want to watch.
I just did this.
Want to watch.
And none of the bosses can be beaten with anything other than the item, really.
Yeah.
Like one of them is just your shield. Do they take the shield away from us in the other rooms? Like, it's fine. Just let us keep our stuff. Because, it takes away everything, including the item that you need, and just wipes all your buttons. It's infuriating.
Yeah.
Not infuriating, but it's annoying. Why did you do that?
And the boss that you only need your shield, Omni Steve, is my favorite boss to do again.
Yeah.
Mainly because I didn't have to reassign anything to fight him.
Yeah.
I got to do a whole lot of cyclone spinning again. It's actually a fun boss,
Good time.
I'll say the other 3 that I had to redo wasn't nearly as excited about because I've already beat them once. And it was kind of clear that the Moldorm guy, what's his name?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm saying the wrong thing.
Mulgera.
Yeah. Sure.
Is clearly like not a health bar, but rather just a hit limit on his tongue, because it still took me just as long to fight him with the powered up sword as it did the first time.
The music, they remixed Mulgera's battle, which already was lit the first time through, and they remixed it, and it's completely different now, like different instruments, and it was just so good.
Yeah,
that was good. Everything else was.
Songs I appreciated. I appreciated that each song was remixed to sound like a memory. But just real weird choice.
Yeah.
I noticed that the first 2 bosses that like we would have been little baby Link with little baby sword. I don't think that they gave them more hit points. I think they just kicked us out of the like it's stunned animation where we got to stab it pretty quickly, like much faster. Because the same. It still took me 2 cycles with both of them, but like I feel like I only got 3 hits in before it was like whoa, okay, that's enough. You're gonna have to throw your boomerang again. I'm like, all right, fine. But I don't think it necessarily gave them any more health. It just limited how much damage you were allowed to do before it got back up.
Right. So while in some instances you do feel stronger going through here, it also is like, well, we still want you to do the actual fight. So we're going to make sure that you can't just one cycle this.
We have math. Hold on. Let me figure this out.
We have the techmathology.
What was the 50,000 lumens pose name again?
Well, we called him Omni Steve, but he did have a real name.
Omni Steve was the same because
he had a weird name.
Omni Steve's.
Jalhala.
Oh, right. His real name.
Yeah.
Okay. So it says on the wiki that Kale Demos, which is the plant guy, has 16 health. And then if I go over to the other page, looks like Jalhala doesn't have health points, so he's a hit fast.
Because you gotta hit each of the posts once, regardless of what sword you're using. That's just
Yeah.
And every time you knock out 5, they reassemble. So
yeah, or you run out of time.
Yeah.
But 5's the limit.
What about Goma then?
So it's been like, I feel like I got 3 hits on Goma, maybe before the game was like, get out of here.
I had to pull him down to the ground twice.
Yeah.
But I think on the second time, like the first time I hit him, it was over.
Yeah, exactly.
So it still felt like less health, but I still had to do a lot of the same mechanics to get there.
Mm-hmm. Did anyone do anything unintentional in the rooms? Because I feel like I cheesed a few of the rooms. Or a couple of them, maybe.
I'll tell you that I think I did most of the rooms pretty much how you're supposed to. I mean, there was some sniping with the mirror shield, like all the way down the hall to like make it chew into a stone.
Yeah, that was cool. But that feels like just skill intentional. I guess maybe. Yeah.
The only thing the fire room gave me way more trouble than I felt like it deserved to do.
What was that about?
The one where you like did the grappling?
Although honestly, it was my fault because I forgot the leaf was a thing because I hadn't played in a while.
Well, that's the thing. I ended up using the leaf to get out of it because what I ended up doing was like swinging my way over to the very end, using the leaf to like get to the little island spots, and then climbing up onto the bar and jumping off and leafing over to the thing.
No, it's the intended route. There's no other way to get over there. Is that what you're
supposed to do? Like,
yeah, there's no other way to get over there.
Are you supposed to like? I'm like, am I supposed to throw the water pot? Am I supposed to get it down with me somehow?
No, I think
the
they give you
so
many water pots. Because you can make a rising platform on that fire pillar, but
you would still need to jump and use the leaf.
Right.
But like, it's like, how am I supposed to get a water pot all the way to this lava pillar? I'm just gonna like climb all the way to the top.
So many tries just to get through this thing because I kept just like touching the very edge of the lava and then getting sent back to the beginning. But the first time I got up on the last little like ledge to do the jump glide, Link just didn't jump. He was like, "Nope, I'm just gonna fall." Actually,
I'm gonna slip.
So yeah, like I pulled out the leaf and he just didn't get the vert that he needed, so I couldn't get onto the ledge and I had to just kind of fall down and lose. And then the second time I got up there, I angled him so that he could like take a step before hitting the edge, and then he did a jump for me and it was fine.
Okay.
But it was like didn't feel like I should have had to have done any of that. I was like, this doesn't seem right.
It doesn't feel right. It really doesn't. But yeah, I don't know any other way,
Yeah.
There was also the room with the pit and those 2 tornadoes coming out of like the ceiling. I just went through the middle of those 2 tornadoes.
And I think that's what you're supposed to do.
Which is so silly because it's like that should probably still push me down, game. It looks like I should have to turn them off, maybe. But nah.
And I remember getting like heavy stuck in this room many times because I just didn't realize I was allowed to fit between them. So I'm just
YOLO it, man.
You're like, what's going on here? What's going on?
Regular physics would work. It's the game's like, well, the edge of the effect is really right at the edge of the particle effect, so you can just kind of sneak between them. When in reality, that amount of wind, like 2 pillars of wind like that, wouldn't be that like rule followy.
Yeah, it wouldn't be calm in the middle of them if there were 2 cyclones going down that close to each other. Not at all.
And it barely like there's barely anything to the room if that's all there is to do.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, it can't be this simple, you know. But yeah, it's pretty quick. So.
Yeah. I mean, so
were you still looking at numbers, Mayo?
No.
Okay.
The only research I even was able to accomplish was that the first boss, Kale Demos or whatever, has the same amount of health as a Dark Nut.
Oh,
gotcha.
Okay.
The beginning Dark Nut.
Okay.
The basic Dark Nuts.
So then
That's
we
fun.
get to the silliest room, which is, you know, after we get done with all these bosses, we go forward and there's what appears to be an arena, but it doesn't do anything yet. You can go one of two ways. It's like a little T section. One of them is a boomerang puzzle, and the other way will show you how to solve the boomerang puzzle. I did this by memory. I walked to the left first, not realizing it would just take me to the switches. But once I saw them, I was like, I know it's like a crisscross, and I guessed right the first time, and I was like, well, I clearly have played this game one too many times in my life. And then I was able to walk to the other room without having the super long cutscene of zooming in on each candelabra thing.
You don't still get that?
No, you don't still get that. If you've already solved the puzzle, you don't got to watch that anymore.
It's funny that you get that, and then when you go, like, if you haven't solved it yet, you get that, and then you go back to the other room, and it does it again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible, actually.
It kind of made me forget what I was supposed to do, because I was like, okay, it's, you know, like I'm repeating the number in my head, like, here's the pattern, and then it shows you the pattern again, and I was just so like dumbfounded that they were showing it to me again. I forgot what the pattern was.
Right.
Why are we doing this?
And the zoom in effect of that cutscene kind of obscures which one they're actually looking at.
Right.
So it doesn't actually help. Oh gosh.
You can pretty easily eyeball this too, because the switches will stay on longer.
Right.
Like the first switch stays on much longer than the last switch does, and so if you're like you know, it lights up for a second, and so you know you can pretty much figure it out from that if you had to. But yeah, the puzzle's always been a little weird.
And so when we figure that part of the puzzle out,
oh no,
we get a teleport spot, and Coral shows up
to tell us
that we can.
All right, Coral.
Creeping.
Like
he's creeping.
He just comes out of the darkness.
Yeah.
So did he ride all the way to the Forsaken Fortress by himself just to meet us at where he knew the portal would be?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
He knows the secret canal.
He didn't come out of the portal though. He came out of the darkness of the depths.
Yeah, you're right. It makes even less sense. You're right.
He went to the canals of like lower Hyrule to like. What's even crazier about this is
Lowrule?
The pool that you touch down into at Hyrule Castle does not have an exit. There's no exit in that like secret garden pool that you'll come down into in the Tower of Gods.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somehow Coral was able to get out of that pool he, as a spirit, somehow left. Or maybe he went back up and knew like another descent spot. I have no clue, but
he says it. He says it right here, like how he got down here. But in doing so, he gives us lore for how Ganon got out. And he said that Ganon, you know, seeped out here, and so this is the teleport spot that we can use to get. So he must have gone to the Forsaken Fortress and was snooping around for the spot that Ganon got out in. Like now it's Coral's part of the adventure by himself and found a way down here. Like, but it still doesn't change the fact that like he creeping on you. Like it's weird. He comes out of the comes out of the shadows, and if you leave and come back, he's sitting in like the portal is between you and Coral, and so it just looks like Coral has this like evil purple aura coming off of him, and he's just in front of this dark, creepy door, and I'm just like, man, I don't like you.
That's why everyone thinks you have a syndicate going on, Coral.
Didn't he say though that the portal was the reason that Ganon seeped out, not like
this is how
he got down?
Well, he found Ganon's portal. He found Ganon's passage to the surface. And
so he was just waiting in that little dark crevice. You're saying that?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. And he came down here, said, "What is this little room over here?" Hid in the shadow until we showed up.
Like I was scared, so I hid in the dark.
I mean, that would mean that he had to activate the portal from the other side at some point and then deactivate it when he got down here.
So then we can solve the puzzle. Because it wasn't open when we came down here. We turned it on with our boomerang puzzle.
It's just mad suspicious, Coral.
Okay, fair point. Coral, what you be doing?
See, he is the crime syndicate. He's the one who Ganon commissioned the tower, and he's the one who built it.
I mean,
he owns the construction company.
I mean, what is feudalism other than just mafia behavior, really?
Man, I mean, I think he just wants us for our legs. I think Coral was cursed to be a boat. And so this is like his whole revenge scheme to get back to Ganon. But so far, he's only ever been able to get to this pool. And he can't get into the tower. So he's like, I need a kid who can walk the tower.
So I said last week, like, I've been trying to knock that guy off for years. Or whatever week it was.
It's no good.
This part tripped me up, though, because I didn't fully read what Coral said. So I was under the assumption the black evilly portal thing was, to continue. And then I ended up running around Forsaken Fortress for like 10 minutes until I looked it up and went, oh, I didn't even need to come here in the first place. Thanks a lot, game.
No, that tree fort's still burned down.
Like, you gave me a 2 cutscene puzzle that was simple enough with 1. All to get this pathway back that nobody really needs? Like, what are you going back for? A couple fairies? Like, bruh.
Well, now if you want to do the merchant quest and get the magic armor, like, this is the time.
This isn't the time. This isn't the time. In about a half an hour, it'll be the time.
Right.
When you get a special something.
Well, yeah. So we leave this little room with the portal to get ambushed. Or wait, not yet. Sorry. We go back to the other room.
First we have to jump into the pit that looks like it'll kill you, but it doesn't, because it's in the whole game that doesn't.
In the room with the chandelier puzzle, there's a little plaque that talks about having courage to jump into the darkness or something like that. I didn't read it this time. I just vaguely remember that's what it says.
It's the opposite.
I don't think it was that obvious, because I did read it and I still didn't connect the dots of jumping into the hole of death right next to me. I think it said like venture into the darkness, and I didn't correlate that to jump into the hole of death. So that was another part I had to look up real quick. I'm like, where exactly am I supposed to go here? Like, I'll just jump into the pit of death. I'm like, oh, okay.
This one that says the sword hilts of my servants who lurk deep in the darkness shall be the guideposts that point to me.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Which made zero sense to me that I should jump in a pit.
Right.
Now, if it said what Fawn said, jump into the darkness, then my brain would have been like, oh, okay, jump into the hole of death. But I read it, and I'm like, my brain didn't get jump into the death hole out of what it said.
Listen, this dungeon's kind of an autopilot experience for me, if you haven't caught on.
No, I got you. Not for me, though.
Well, it's the opposite of the other room. One room goes up, and then the other room goes down. So there. Should have known. Aonuma's like, I gave you everything you needed to figure it out.
Ionuma's out there scheming. Like, oh,
It's like
they're
these
never gonna get
kids.
this one.
How do we get people to spend more time in this dungeon? Well, we can make it real obscure right at the end.
No, they did.
Boss, we need to extend the gameplay hours by another 2 hours to make it 40. What are we gonna do? Give them a vague gravestone and
Trick them into thinking that they need to leave and then not know what to do while they're gone.
Right. One room, we're going to trick them to leave. The other room, we're not going to tell them at all what they're supposed to do, but there'll be a pit. Should
Even
they
better.
choose to jump in?
We'll tell them that they need to venture into the darkness, and then we'll give them a dark portal of darkness. But if they go in there, they just went back to the Forsaken Fortress, and there's nothing there. They're gonna waste 20 minutes. They're not gonna know what's going on because they ventured into the darkness like we told them to. Then they're gonna come back and jump in the hole of death because they've given up on the game, and then they're gonna get to the next area. It's gonna be great, guys.
And let me tell you, this next area,
the GameCube is saved.
We're gonna iterate at least 8 times. It's not just one Phantom Ganon fight. It is a chain of Phantom Ganon fights that functions like the Lost Woods. But if they read this tombstone, don't worry, they'll understand what to do.
I mean, I understood that part right away because, I mean, I actually liked this part, I have to say. I thought it was very interesting. I mean, not really interesting in how they did it, but not interesting as in let me go fight Phantom Ganon 8 times in a row. But like when you beat him and his sword stands completely up and then falls towards a door to tell you where to go, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. That is a cool mechanic that's in the game. There is this one thing, like eventually you get to a point where Phantom Ganon will charge like a red attack that, creates like, 6 or 7 little beady orbs that come at you.
Like 15.
I think it's actually 8. Something like that. But you can do a spin attack to knock them back to him.
Yeah.
But if you have the cyclone spin, you might get yourself stuck in a cyclone that like won't reach him right, like with the right timing. So I had to like make sure that I didn't charge the spin attack all the way. Like I had to basically like start it later so that I could get the middle ground spin attack. So that was kind of a weird skill window I didn't think I'd have to deal with, but did.
Oh, I
didn't see that attack, which it's an attack from the Ocarina Ganon fight, at least the first phase. So that's cool.
I saw it multiple times.
Yeah, so did I. And
you guys,
I did do the crazy spin, the family secret technique, but I got out of the daze before he got up, so I was able to still hit him.
I don't even have this technique, so I don't have to worry about overcharging nothing. So, I mean, ayo.
Yeah. There's also a weird move that he does towards like one of the last times you fight him, where he'll multiply himself a bunch of times.
Oh yeah.
There'll be 5 of them, 6 of them.
This must be RNG because he did that to me the first 3 rooms I went into. He was loving that move. He was like, "Oh, we're just gonna go walk in on you all slow like," and I'm like, "I'm just gonna spin attack y'all."
He didn't do that to me till the end. But I always almost always hit the right one without like even aiming or understanding which one I was supposed to be aiming at.
Lucky man.
So it became a pretty ineffective attack, and I didn't have any explanation for that.
It just feels like they just recently practiced that one, and they're really proud of it, and they just want to get it out. And it doesn't really work, but they're just like, look, it was a lot of hard work. We thought this would work, but
they're gonna love the Phantom
Ganon
cycle.
Like the amount of choreography for us to all appear at the same time, like we got to do it though.
Okay, so we're gonna do like 6 days, 8 shows a week, and 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right. And so after we've defeated him a ridiculous number of times, we get to his final room where he gives us like a few more cycles, I want to say, and then we win ourselves the light arrows.
And his sword.
Yeah. I mean, his sword is for one purpose.
Yeah.
Almost get his sword, because we have to, like, he gives up the light arrows, but then, like, he's not done yet.
Oh, right, yeah. We get the light arrows, and we go to the next room.
You could just keep fighting him forever, and he'll just keep doing the sword hilt thing.
Right.
Which,
I didn't think about that, but yeah. I guess you could.
And the way to defeat him this time is to use those light arrows that you just got. And just hit him once, and then you're good. He's actively defending his greatest weakness. So if I had to guess, I would say we got Ganon on the ropes here. Like, we're kind of back in this whole tower into a corner at this point.
I mean, once we get the light arrows, like, this is the melt everything item. Like, this is when you go back up top side and start doing everything that you haven't done before, because everything will kneel before you. It's not really even that much magic, and just it just all melts. It's great. I love this. I love this light arrow. It's so satisfying.
Here's the thing. If you don't have any plans to go back topside, they give you one stairway to enjoy these light arrows in.
Yep.
And
it kind of sucks, but
and I mean, listen, they give you some good, like one good target rich environment. There's some moblins and some dark nuts, and you can just melt them all, which is very satisfying. But it is just one hallway.
One tiff a dark nut with a light arrow and watch him evaporate into nothing is just so satisfying.
Yeah. It's like, I got my helmet on. I'm like, that doesn't matter this time.
I am the commander of the 7 armies of the Dark Nuts. I am the sole champion of the underground Aryll.
I'm a 10-year-old with a murder complex. Goodbye.
Got him.
I'm a 10-year-old that's been on a 1-month mission. And I have unlocked a divine power amongst my bow. So, fear my wrath.
And every group of enemies has like a pot or multiple pots in that area that will just give you all your magic back to destroy the next little area.
Yep. And like, I killed a moblin, and then his friend was just like, "Oh," and he started sniffing around. And he was like, "What happened to Terry?" And I was like, "Oh, you're gonna find out." And
you better join Terry.
I just can't describe how much fun it is to just destroy each one of these guys.
It's like,
I really like the last 2 dark nuts because I didn't even get close enough for them to see me, and I just like popped them both. They didn't even notice each other disappearing.
They were the beefiest dark nuts I'd ever seen in the game.
Not for long.
Nothing. You got nothing. What do you got? You got nothing. That's right.
Atomized beef, man. It's truly spectacular. I don't think we get another arrow this effective until Ancient Arrows in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, but no, those are pretty satisfying still.
Well, they're satisfying, but also like the resource is much harder to come by. Like in this game, it's just, you got magic. Well, then you got the power, baby. And in Breath of the Wild, it was like, well, you're going to have to like farm some ancient parts and then go spend a bunch of rupees to have them crafted into these arrows for you.
Yeah.
And that's like, if you want to farm all that.
Unless you're in late game, you just have lots of them. But
yeah.
And even in Ocarina of Time, like the light arrows are very strong, devastating even, but take a lot of magic. I think you can probably shoot, maybe even with a double bar, you could maybe shoot 4 or 5 tops before you're done. Yeah, 5 might be generous.
And that is why the that boss against, like, the final boss, phase 1 with Ganondorf floating in the air, when you have to use a light arrow to like bring him down, is can be rough because you can get stuck on your magic power real easy if you don't actually land your shots.
You miss. And if you have like a shorter bar, like, oh, I just never went to see the fairy.
Yeah. So best light arrow ever. Definitely a highlight of this section of the game. Gets us right up to that boss room where the lore starts dropping.
Yeah, it does.
like a flood over Hyrule.
Just all at once, out of nowhere.
We enter the room. We see Zelda lying on a bed and the big translucent curtain in front of them. And Ganondorf is just like, creeping next to the bed.
Mm-hmm.
So of course Link's like, well, that this is no good. Here, let me run in, and he tells us to stop. And
Cool
Link
room.
does.
Oh. Very cool room.
The big just the big cylinder of a room with like a lake. Well, not really a lake.
Yeah,
it's just like flooded
a
an
reflecting
inch.
pond.
Yeah.
I mean, your jammies might get wet, but it's a cool room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he tells us not to be so hasty. Starts talking to us about, we made it this far, but like, have you even considered what you're doing?
What the boat tells me to do.
Fishless ocean and yada yada.
He also like holds his hand over her head really creepily and is like, I can see your dreams, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oceans, 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 oceans. Can we get to Oceans 11? Oceans, oceans, oceans as far as the eye can see. I was like, bro, chill with the oceans. Man.
Yeah.
I get it, but like, chill.
She sees oceans. Okay, she's a pirate. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then he complains about the gods.
Yeah, I mean, he basically pulls out the like, why do you serve these gods that clearly destroyed your whole world?
Mm-hmm.
I think his phrase is, your gods destroyed you, which was like,
yeah. Look at your mountains. Look at, like, they saved you? It's like, no, dude. They wrecked you. You got the raw deal, and like, yeah.
But at the same time, if it wasn't for one evil dude, we wouldn't have got that deal.
Right.
It doesn't mention that part.
He like, I don't know, like, and he's gonna give a little bit more of an explanation later, but like it feels like, the business plan of the Underpants Gnomes from South Park, but like at least they sort of understand that they don't have a step 2. I don't think he realizes that he's missing a step 2. He's just like, this, and therefore I did bad stuff. Like, no, you may have a point, but no, nobody
went about it completely wrong.
Your point doesn't then translate into what you did. Like, there's
it's such a Ganon thing to do, to like be slightly annoyed about something in life and decide that taking over the entire world is the only solution.
Right.
It's very Thanos.
Really like that wind.
So yeah, so he challenges us to a puppet match.
I mean, he does.
Like, and then he has what only can be, and I didn't realize this the first time through. I don't know why. Maybe I stopped paying attention after he stopped talking, but as he's like looming over her bed after he's already challenged you to a fight, his bones start cracking in what can only be one of the most darkest, scariest horror parts of a Zelda game since Ocarina of Time and the Well. And his bones start cracking, and he grows his limbs, and his body grows super big. What could only be explained as he's actually the puppet. Not that, like, he's like, oh, I'm above this puppet. But like,
Yeah.
Ganon literally morphed his bones into a.
It's
just
a
gross.
Yeah.
It's a real weird moment because like they make it seem as though he's transforming into like, like a dark beast Ganon situation. But when you actually see the dark beast, it's like a bunch of balloons. And it's very silly looking. Like it goes very cartoony very fast.
Yeah.
So like they do this big creepy transformation only to then like show you this set of like I don't even know. It's just like black bubbles, but you see the strings of the puppet going to the ceiling as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this
And-
was the original intent or if this is like the sillied out version because the first version was too scary or something. But
I'm
it's
assuming.
it looks
it's
ridiculous.
it's just a projection of himself on the bed, and then he turns it into a puppet. But
He's like
it is very
Kankuro in
body
Naruto.
horror. What's that?
No, I was just saying he pulled a Kankuro in Naruto, the puppet guy. He's like, oh, this isn't my real body. It's just a fake. It's a puppet.
Yeah,
You know, it's a golem. Yeah.
And it just kind of wiggles around in very silly ways. It tries to hit you, but it's not very good at that. Like this phase is one of the easier ones, I would say.
Yeah.
Just gotta at least snap the tail balloon to make things a little easier just to shoot the ball on its tail.
Yeah. And like you have to hit them in the right order too. If you want to like break all the strings, you can't just break them in any order, it seems.
Yeah, I think they all have like a regen rate where if you break a string pretty early, it'll fix itself at some point. But I think the only one you need to break is the tail string if you can get to it.
Okay.
I think it's hard to get that though because of the way like it moves pretty quick until you've broken like the arms and stuff.
The boomerang does some weird stuff every now and then because Ganon will spin this puppet around, and sometimes the boomerang is just like trying to chase something that's also spinning.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's like a pig marionette, but it doesn't hit like a pig. It was like,
like one heart. It doesn't hit like a pig. No.
Yeah, like one heart.
Most of the time, it doesn't hit at all.
Not very accurate.
Once we crack the tail on this pig, it changes form, and it becomes a spider.
This is the one I dislike the most.
It's my favorite one.
This is the one that I think is pretty easy.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Is there a way to manipulate where his ball goes? Because I didn't figure that out. It was just pure random. Oh, it's on the opposite side of me. I guess I'll just wait and kill 3 more keys. Oh, it's on the opposite side of me. I guess I'll just wait and kill 3 more keys.
So
it took me like 15 drops before I got it.
Yeah. So the idea is you're supposed to see the spider in the reflection, and then you can tell which way it's going to drop.
Yeah,
because it'll hover above you for a while before it falls.
Never looked at the water.
It'll spin and spin and then stop in a direction, and you always have enough time to run to where the tail's going to be before it falls. So if you don't notice it in the water, then it becomes a spider roulette, and I'm so sorry that happened to you.
It was annoying.
Jeez.
Yeah, if you,
I was going to say I had a lot more trouble with the next one.
Catch the trick, it becomes very easy.
Yeah, and it's a cool visual trick.
But I do remember when I first ever fought this boss, not like having to realize that after a few cycles. You know what I mean? Like I remember at least a few times that spider dropping on me and me having no clue what to do about it. But then after a while, I was like, wait a minute, like this water is very reflective. And seeing it above me and like catching on to that. So it wouldn't be surprising to like, somebody who doesn't know that to just keep playing that way and not see it.
I heard of other people have had that problem as well.
I was too busy trying to look up to see little parts of it to look down at the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I naturally play the game like kind of top down a little bit.
Oh, with
so
the
I
camera kind of
noticed
tilted
it
already.
Yeah. So I think I noticed it pretty early. The
I
next
just
one,
wish
though.
all of them. Yeah, I wish all of them could have had some utilize the water and the reflection in some way because it's fun, and this next one is not.
This next
one
should
was
never
fine.
ever
Cam
play
did well with this next
Call of
one,
Duty
from
game.
what I've heard.
Ever.
I only missed one arrow.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
I suck at this.
Gross.
I don't know why. I think it's just the Wii U like control stick sucks, or I should just never play Call of Duty again because I struggled with hitting him so hard.
Well, the timing and the like first person shooting perspective of this game and the way that it did not. I'm not good at this either.
The shiny light effects directly in your face while you're trying to aim. Those helped out a lot.
That's slightly annoying, I will admit.
Yeah. I think the this was certainly the easiest it's probably ever been for me. Because usually I'm just like blind firing and like praying. But I was trying to at least follow the sort of Moldorm kind of pattern. Where if like, you aim at the head, the tail's eventually going to be there at some point, as long as the head doesn't change direction while you're waiting for the tail. So if it keeps going the same circular way, you'll eventually, just all about meeting the timing on like when do I let go now?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I definitely wasted a lot of arrows on this nonsense.
Yeah.
And for a while, I tried to see if I could hit it with the sword instead, just because it was like on the ground right in front of you. And you can hit it, but it doesn't do anything.
No.
Like, there's no collision for your sword on the tail, so it doesn't matter. If you hit it in the face, it will stun it for a second, but not enough for you to pull out the bow afterwards. So
no.
So it's not really
what I thought
useful to do. Like maybe as a safety mechanic, but other than that, it's bad.
I mean, it's what I assumed was the intended mechanic, and then it didn't really, do anything. Or at least I've always like been like that. It feels like how this should work.
Yeah.
You hit it, you stun it a little bit, you shoot its tail. But yeah, no. It's just kind of chaos.
I read online.
I lost so much health to this guy.
This is where I drank grandma's soup because I was out of magic, not because I was out of health. I was just like, fine, give me more magic.
Yeah, I had a potion in there too. But I read online that apparently, which I don't know how well you could accomplish this. Well, the boomerang and the skull hammer apparently you can use to stun him. And they give like different, like I guess the skull hammer stuns him for longer, so you can get a light arrow off. But like I don't know how well you can hit him and get close enough to that with the skull hammer. But apparently the boomerang and the skull hammer work well, I guess.
Yeah. It feels incidental, like those just happen to do more damage. Like I wonder if you like has anyone ever been able to hit it with a hook shot? Like
drag it right to you.
Or at least stuns it for slightly longer than a boomerang or a hammer. Because it's like, this is the most powerful stun weapon.
I'm reading the wiki right now. Look at this fun little tidbit. This is crazy.
Okay.
I want to do this now. I think I saved the game.
Can you tell us what it is?
Yeah. Puppet Ganon quickly move. Wait. Oh, that's about the bait. Apparently, okay. So there's a bunch of things here. So it talks about the skull hammer stunning him for a good amount of time. Then it says he becomes distracted at the sight of all-purpose bait. When the bait is thrown, Puppet Ganon moves towards it, and you can get him off of that because he moves in a straight line. Then it says Link may best Puppet Ganon if he uses the hook shot to reach the high platforms in the room. With this method, Link may shoot at the boss without any fear of damage.
Okay. I mean,
so I tried that. Somebody in my chat suggested it, like, hey, go see if you can hookshot to one of the like the lamps that they have around, because there's like torches on platforms. But I couldn't get an angle to like actually attach to the torch. So it just didn't work. Like I could hookshot to the bottom of the platform, but then I would just fall back down. So maybe I just didn't find the right spot to stand. But that did not work for me.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever known about that. Is it something that you've had to like put the heavy boots on to like pull something off the wall to find it?
I don't think so. Maybe you can stand on top of the purple jar and then like hook shot to something.
It doesn't have a lid on it though.
Right. So if you fall in, I mean that's the game.
You just get pooped back out in the same room.
Right, because we haven't unlocked the other one yet.
Fun tidbit.
Snake Ganon's great.
Apparently,
more tidbits. Yes.
Yeah. Fun little tidbit here about the second form, the Spooter. It resembles the Ushi-Oni yokai from Japanese folklore. It has it's a spider with 2 little demon horns on it. It looks just like the one in the game. Pretty cool. I don't know if there's anything else there to that, but
yeah, I don't know. This late in the game, I don't know if I'm really looking for any other imagery. But I mean, demons and Ganon, that checks out.
Big spider.
Yeah. Did we already say that this last phase looked like Moldorm? Because that's definitely what they're after, right?
It does, yeah. It acts like Moldorm at the very least. So
yeah. So again in classic. After we shoot this one 3 times, with great skill and timing, then Ganon speaks to us and tells us that we've earned a real showdown and invites us up his red thread to come fight him for realsies.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, instead of throwing more puppets at us, he decides, all right, fine, we can actually fight.
Then he flies away.
He flies away, gives us this long red rope to climb up to make our way up. It's just another little set of grapple hook platforming challenges.
Yeah.
We get a little fast travel spot up here, and then we can make our way to the real final boss via hook shot.
There was a trick that speedrunners used to do. I don't think they do it anymore. Because when you hear this, you're going to be like, that sounds like a pain. There was some setup for somewhat reliably shooting the 2 spiny guys that are by the pot, the midway warp pot.
Okay.
Up top, and they may or may not be in the right position. I think it's a dice, it's RNG if they are. But if they are, and you do it just right, you can shoot. You need 2 arrows. You shoot them, 2 of them into the pot lid to break it, and then you don't have to climb. And that was how they did it for a little while.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
That's kind of sick.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I've seen the damage hovering technique done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ghost Link or whatever. Ghost hovering.
But I've not seen the let's just break the pot with the spiky guys from the floor before. That seems crazy.
Yeah, I think they found a way to more reliably do the ghost hovering, and so that replaced it.
Gotcha. All right. So we get to the top of this tower one way or another. We head outside, and Ganondorf is actively taking Zelda's Triforce, or has taken it. I'm not really sure. She's on the ground, knocked out pretty bad.
He's just like, it's here, so it's close enough to me to count.
Yeah. I think this is where we get his little heartfelt backstory too.
Yeah.
So from the villain's perspective, we find out that poor, vulnerable Ganondorf grew up in a land where the wind carried death just like all the time. In the daytime, it was scorching. In the nighttime, it was frigid. But either way, people were dying because of this wind. That's what he says. So
yeah.
But in the kingdom of Hyrule, however, the wind carried something that wasn't death.
It was nice.
And
they probably have flowers.
Coveted that wind.
Water.
Broke the 9th commandment on that wind.
He coveted the non-death wind.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wind.
And so in his covetousness, he lunges at Link and just smashes his face in.
Straight up Super Smash Bros. So, okay, can we? What? Link comes into this scene like he climbs into the tower, shaking in his boots. Just after, I mean, maybe he's tired. Maybe that was supposed to be like the thing. Like, oh, I just fought like 3 iterations of Puppet Ganon, so like,
and
maybe they were
then had arm day.
Tired. Then had arm day, but I'm like, it was a weird thing. He just kind of came up like shaken and like, I don't know. It was just really interesting. But he wasn't like panting. He was just shaking. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, so this full grown man just completely destroys this 10-year-old.
This is what I'm talking about.
With his bare hands.
Like,
don't need no.
He looks like a maniac too.
There's no step 2. Yo, he is unhinged. He's got that like cocked smile. He looks like Pyoro LeFou from the Crazy Cowboy Bebop episode. Like he's and like this is what I'm talking about. There's no step 2. Like, you know how, like, this is my problem with like a lot of Marvel villains, and that like the way that Disney makes their villains in the MCU, they have like they make a few correct points. You're like, oh, you know what? I get it. Like, hey, I think Killmonger or this Zemo guy is kind of right. And then they write their way out of it by making them do something like so horrible, like, oh, you know what? Maybe you can't curb stomp a child. And so like that's how they get out of, you know, the correct point that maybe Gandalf's like, yeah, wind sucks, or you know, these people had it better than us, and it wasn't cool, that wasn't fair or something. Like, yeah, maybe you're making a good point, but then like, so I'm gonna beat up this child. Like, okay, cool.
I will say
irredeemable. Oh no.
You could have just asked the king if you could like move out of the desert.
Right.
Yeah. No, you know what? Never mind. That's crazy.
Like, there's got to be more that
let's take over the world about. Actually.
Like, the only like grace I'll give him is like maybe there's more that we don't know about what happened before the flood. But as it stands right now, like I don't understand the connection, dude. I don't understand what you're like really, 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 really mad about.
Ganon has a part after he completely beats her face in where he says, do not worry or do not fear, kid, for I'm not going to kill you. I am only going to take the power that is within you. So I'm like, I mean, like, look, the dude's kind of humble. I mean, you got this guy who's clearly coming in, you know.
Humble's the word I would use. Yeah.
So he's like, listen, you know, you got this evil guy, Coral, coming in, and we know you're working. Like, I know you're working for him, kid. But like, look, you know, I know that you're just in the wrong. It's okay. Don't worry. I'm not gonna kill you. I just need that Triforce. I'm gonna make a wish. I'm gonna end all that binds us together. This flood, the gods, everything. And we're just gonna ride the wind, kid. We're just gonna ride the wind. In Matthew McConaughey voice. That's Ganon right there.
There ain't no way.
McConaughey, like, folds a 10-year-old in half. And then that's what I'm saying. Like, it's kind of lazy. Like, I want to feel for you, and I get why other people are like, he's so sympathetic, but like, yeah.
I always throw that argument for Ganon with sympathy when he doesn't kill.
My only like helpful read here is that if this game, like if Ocarina of Time is truly the story that they have passed down, right? This whole hero of time who disappeared and never came back. It comes with like other assumptions about that game that aren't restated here, which I think is a big part of the problem. In Ocarina of Time, it appears as though there was, and not even appears, like there's a backstory there of there being a civil war. And Ganondorf being this man from the desert. And the biggest read that I have from that is that the Civil War was between Hyrule and the Gerudo. And that the Gerudo ended up getting relegated to the desert when it happened.
No, I think they were already there. Maybe they, they make nice now. And Ganondorf decided to like, I'm going to make nice and then be a little bit more sneaky about how I try and get the thing. He was probably trying to get, the emerald and the ruby and the sapphire in the war. If this is just my guess, I'm just speculating.
Yeah, I mean, I know he was definitely trying to get the ocarina and the songs in the war because he killed Sharp and Flat to try to get the song.
Okay. So like they made nice, and he's like, okay, I'll just try more subterfuge to get what I want.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like based on the entry into the Gerudo Desert and how they have like gates and soldiers just on watch at all times, that they're really not at peace. Do you know what I mean? Like to me, it still reads like, okay, there's still definitely some war hurt. These Gerudo soldiers don't leave the desert anymore as much as they used to. Which is why I said relegated. Like they can't even come into Hyrule really without like, I don't know, extreme prejudice or something. So,
well, and it's the seat of the supreme. Like it's like they probably keep that on lockdown.
Yeah. Right. So like for him to be like, well, I coveted the win that didn't carry death. It's like, okay, under different circumstances, you probably could have just got some like Hyrule Field land and made your kingdom there and it would have been fine. But instead of diplomacy or peace or like any good route you could have taken to like help your people, you just said, well, I'm just going to take it all because that's my whole jam.
I just want those. I want those Triforces. Like, why aren't we just saying that, dude? Because it's what you wanted in Ocarina.
Right.
Very, very, very clear about this. Wind had, Ganondorf wasn't sitting on top of a horse being like, that wind sucks out there. He was like, where's the girl with the flute? Because I know and you're going to be cute about it, huh? Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm about to beat the crap out of you and your friend and take over this whole place because you guys kind of suck at your job anyway.
Yeah, he was fake pledging loyalty to the king because he really just wanted to get closer to like all of the gadgets and gizmos that were keeping the Triforce under wraps because he wanted the wishes and he wanted to cover the land in darkness, and he still does. He doesn't covet the wind. He just wants more darkness in the world.
I'm confused. When did the Triforce, like, it operates like Dragon Balls? Like, when did that happen?
Yeah. I was just about to say. And then Ganondorf collected the 7 Dragon Balls. I mean, Triforces.
Yeah. Like in Ocarina, I believe if the person who touches gains access to the Sacred Realm and touches the Triforce, they receive the full Triforce, and the world becomes like the Sacred Realm. It becomes like a paradise. It matches their heart. But since Ganondorf touched it and like was evil and stuff, it's split apart. He gets the power chunk because that's what he truly desired the most. He wasn't balanced.
Yeah.
And the world became a reflection of himself. He didn't like it. Just evil started emanating from the temples. Like everything just became awful.
Yeah.
Because the evil king had touched the Triforce. So it was like a wish or anything. He got more powerful after that. He was already super powerful, but he became even more powerful.
The lore did say that if you had the full Triforce, it did have the power to grant wishes. I think that's been I think that's been the case since like A Link to the Past, but in Ocarina it did too. But also it would transform the land into either good or bad, but then also grant wishes on top of that.
Okay. You just didn't hear about his wish. His wish was just to stop the wind.
His wish was for the good wind, but he also made the land terrible. So it was like,
well, he switched winds. You know, the Desert Colossus is starting to look a little bit better because it now has nice wind, and that's why Hyrule and Hyrule Castle Town looks awful. Is because they have the bad wind now.
But my understanding is because like the failsafe was if you're imbalanced or evil or whatever, then it splits into 3, and then 2 other like champions of their things are chosen. And at that point, you don't get wishes. Like if that happens, you don't get ultimate control. You don't get wishes. None of that,
unless you bring them all together,
right? Like that, right? You have to go take out the other champions if you want to build the Triforce again, which is like also pretty wild rule to have.
Yeah, it's very strange. It just seemed like out of. This is new. I don't remember this being discussed, but yeah, I don't know.
And I guess it's not like a recurring, like if he touches it again, it's not just going to split again because it already split and he reformed it.
Right. Maybe.
But then in a crazy turn of events, so Ganondorf has now beat up 2 children and taken their Triforce pieces. And he reforms.
Sword. People are praying for it, and he's just like, "I got these fists, dude, and I'm 40."
Turns out I can punch you so hard you drop the sword, and then what are you gonna do? And so Ganondorf reforms the Dragon Ball Triforce. But then, in a wild twist of events, while he's monologuing, the King of Hyrule shows up from downtown and just dunks sassy, on him.
Sarcastic tone.
Just pulls
and
a
touches
Dende
the Triforce.
Yeah, he's already dead and stuff, so like he's a boat.
Yeah.
But here he is,
physically touching the Triforce. Yeah,
with his like incorporeal spirit body that theoretically could just teleport anywhere, I guess.
Well, so was Ganon. Like Ganon's been teleporting. Ganon flew above us. You know, I feel like they both just kind of. They're both shabby ghosts that have to like float around. Like Carl's like, I'm just going to become a boat. This is much faster.
But is it though?
Not when he doesn't have a sail.
Could have been a plane, Zonai plane.
Yeah, he's got a Zonai glider going.
None of this makes sense anymore.
He's got D batteries to power it.
40,000 lumens.
Yeah, so Coral, what is this? Bosphorus, No Hansen, Hyrule. Is that this one?
Daphnis Johansson, Hyrule.
Daphnis Johansson. Sorry, Bosphorus, I think, is Breath of the Wild.
No Hansen, I think. Daphnis No Hansen.
So many Hansons.
He doesn't like
Daphne. Like from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Old Daffy.
Old Daphne.
So this guy here touches the Triforce, makes a ridiculous wish to just sink the kingdom of Hyrule altogether. Like we're no longer I don't know, flooding it to keep it sealed. Now we're just flooding it to destroy it. It's a different kind of flood. The water's going to touch it now.
It's the same thing. He did the same thing. He's like,
right,
back.
But before there were air bubbles. When it was up to the gods, they were like, well, we'll seal it, but we'll also keep it as a thing. And now the king's like, nah, wash it away.
No, like we are really, but for real this time.
Let's
did have
not
two
wish
other.
for Ganon to be resealed in a different way, or like for him to be defeated, or like for none of this to have happened in the first place.
He didn't have enough time to
Right?
think about what he would wish for should he get the chance. I mean, this was like sprung upon him all. Like he didn't have centuries to think about what to wish for.
In his defense,
Goodness,
he did make two other wishes.
did he?
He said his first wish was he desires hope for these two children, which is Link and Zelda. And then
well, that's
he
good.
said,
Okay,
let a
good
ray
start.
of hope shine on the future of this world. So that was his second wish.
A
And then his
ray
third
of
wish
hope,
was to
okay.
flood him and Ganon away and seal them into demise.
Yeah.
So it was technically three wishes.
I think I do.
And I
Maybe the
feel
gods
like
were just like, no, I can't do that. I can't grant hope. I can't grant hope. They're like, you just asked for hope again. I can't grant that. Oh, flood the world? Can do.
I honestly,
Just,
reading that, feel like that wish is what made the way that he decked Link. I'm sorry, but there's no way without that wish that Ganondorf was not going to beat Link. There's no hope. The only reason Link won was that wish. I feel because
the hope.
of the whole decking that we just received.
So does the king just get the whole Triforce after that?
I have questions.
Right. Like, can we talk about this for a second? Because
Does it work
Like
like
what?
Dragon Balls? Do we need to wait a year? Do we need to wait, ones and how many ones and zeros amount of years do we have to wait before the Triforce is back? Because I
Yeah,
would
I
like
don't-
to make a real wish.
because it didn't break up, right? Did it disappear when he made the wish?
It
Yeah,
rose
it's
up
just kinda
into
like,
the heavens.
Oh, it
and
rose up, went back to the sacred realm. Okay.
I thought it split up
Yeah.
though. Like
It did.
okay.
It split and then it just literally off
Woo.
screen, like, exit left, goodbye.
But like the
We'll see you
Dragon
next
Balls,
week.
like
That's
it didn't
not-
split off into like different directions like necessarily, but it split up and like flew off and
King
it was
must have
just,
not
like,
been very balanced. Something.
And then
something.
we had what was like the longest laugh in One Piece history.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Ganondorf thinks this is hilarious. Like, I think just the irony of it just kills him. He's like, I just did all of this and
It's like
someone else just grabbed the wish. That's hilarious, but also I hate all of you.
I mean, at least I had a plan, sort of. It made no sense. It didn't really like connect, but it does feel like Carl was just like, oh crap, I didn't plan for this. I thought the kid would just, stab him, not get just buried right off the bat.
Right.
Like, I didn't think, I'll just run in there and I don't know, I'll stall or I'll make something up, I'll flood this place.
He plays like the super sneaky capture the flag by touching the Triforce first.
I'll tell you what, 3 probably better wishes would have been, off the top of my head. Get rid of Ganondorf. Don't seal him.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. Just gone. We don't want to just end him. Get rid of all the water and then put the people that are on the top of these mountaintops they're calling islands back to where they would have been had none of this happened.
Mm-hmm.
But no, but let's wish for some hope and then have the kid have a boss fight because we got to have a good ending to this video game. Oh, and just destroy everything here. Just destroy it all. We'll keep living on the ocean. Like, what are these wishes?
And then he disappears. He's gone. He doesn't
for this next fight. At least
he is a ghost. He shouldn't be able to touch the
goodbye.
Triforce.
He doesn't say goodbye. He doesn't say good luck. He doesn't say like, oh, his weakness is he's got this little spot like on his left shoulder blade. Like he's just like, I'm out of here. Like he's just gone. Like he just there's no more coral. And then he shows up at some point again, but like just like unceremoniously ganks a wish and makes it about himself still. And then And then he's out. And he's like, all
Before
right,
Link even woke up.
I need you to, why don't you kill this guy? Okay.
I gave you hope, okay?
Hope
See?
for the future, bury the past. Peace out.
He does a cheerleading routine on the sideline,
Right.
and then he's out.
Put my D batteries in your hope this time.
Yeah.
So Ganondorf laughs a whole bunch and then is like, let's see what your hope amounts to as I attempt to murder these kids.
And I love that you brought up Dragon Ball Z, Luigi, because I didn't realize how Dragon Ball Z this entire sequence was until rewatching this. So when Link gets up, we all know that Vegeta's classic pose in a battle is that he holds his left arm. He's like, oh gosh, I'm so beaten. So Link literally gets up in Vegeta pose. He legit is like
shoulder.
half an eye open, looks beat up, holding his left arm. I'm like, this is 100% Vegeta. And then you see Goku over there, which is Zelda, like, don't worry, Vegeta, we can beat him.
Well,
so Dragon Ball.
It is pretty epic. I think you're right, and I think it's made a little bit better by the fact that like Tetra shows up, like sure she still looks like Zelda, but she's just like, oh sorry, I was sleeping. Like you want to beat the crap out of this guy? I'm just like, oh, my friend's back, thank God.
Yeah,
and so she indiscriminately shoots arrows at him while we have a duel.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I mean,
fine.
At least for this section, we just got to wait for him to get hit by the light arrow, and then we get a window until he gets so frustrated that he puts the smackdown on Zelda again.
He backhands her.
Yeah,
you don't even have to.
Yeah.
You don't even have to wait for the light arrows to hit him. You can wait for him to attack and just do a counter and get through this phase a lot faster that way.
Yeah.
But after he attacks Zelda, he starts knowing every direction he grows like an eye in the back of his head and counters all of your counters.
Yeah.
He gets wise. Like, it's ridiculous and outlandish, but like, I do like the fact that he's like, okay, one, I figured out your little parry thing, and also I figured out that you're trying to play monkey in the middle, but you want to shoot me, sort of thing.
Yeah, I had a problem where every time I would try to parry, Link would roll way too far away from him, and then just do like a little slash it through the air at nothing.
Oh, that happened once to me.
That's annoying.
It happened to me almost every time. Like, I had to very specifically position Link in a way where he would actually hit Ganondorf, and usually it would fail. Like, it was just not working for me for some reason. So after a little while of surviving, after, Zelda gets backhanded and Ganondorf learns everything about you, Zelda gets back up and decides that we're going to use the mirror shield to make this all work.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, you only have to do this once.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, you bounce the spirit bomb.
Zelda will shoot at you, and as long as you are Z targeting and there's a clear shot to be had,
and you're of pure heart,
and sound mind,
like that spirit bomb.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, Gohan. You're a good guy.
You reflect the light arrow into Ganondorf.
Yeah.
And then you get a quick time event prompt, which is basically just your counter prompt. You get close enough to him. And Link breaks it down with like some epic rolls and jumps, and then flies into the air and stabs this man in the forehead.
Brings the hammer down.
He's turned into a statue. It's literally sword in the stone status. And then our friend the king shows back up.
Well, he gets stabbed in the face, and then he just like, I can feel the wind blowing.
Oh yes, the one that brings death, right?
I can.
That's the idea.
He doesn't mention anything. He just says, the wind.
Right.
It's blowing.
But like his whole spiel was about the wind bringing death, and this is him dying. So like, I think it's implied.
you know when like it's like one of those like, is there a breeze in here? And like, no, your zipper is down. I'm like, no, you have a sword in your face. Like, oh, okay.
So before we get too far away from the fight, I wanted to bring up the fact that when Ganon notices, like, obviously is like, if I take Zelda out, then this fight will become a lot easier. He jumps over to her with both his swords out. Any point could have sliced her in half. Puts one of his swords away in his right hand. He puts it away. Or I guess in terms of, he makes it really, really tiny in the palm of his hand, like a little thumbtack. Slaps her in the face with it, and then continues to fight Link. I'm like, at any point he could have sliced her in half. What do you guys feel the reason why he didn't just like try to kill her?
That's the hope, man. That's the hope.
That's the hope.
Gets the king's wish in effect, man.
OP stuff happening.
They've
like they
changed the mind of Ganondorf to not cut people in half when he had the opportunity.
The king gave them plot armor, basically.
That is how this whole scene reads. I'm not even joking. Like that is.
Yeah.
Well, he says like, look, he said to Link, like, I don't want to kill you. Like, that's not what this is about.
He's humble.
I want my stuff. But yeah, he's humble. He's like, I just want my stuff down. Back.
At any moment, that sword.
He's like, I've been living down here. I got most of this on lock. I've got a bubble going. We got the firmament. It's kind of toasty. And I just want access to everything else. I want my stuff back. So, sure, life's probably going to suck for you when I get it. But I'm not going to kill you.
Yeah, but he said that.
But that's what he said before the fight started.
Before he did his crazy laugh, maniacal laughter, where it looked like his mentality broke, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna kill everything until somebody stops me." I feel like after his wish was stolen and he was out of hope, I feel like he would have straight up killed them had he had the chance.
Yeah,
like he was being a little merciful before, as he was gloating about basically already winning.
Hold on, unless because he was like, let's see what that hope is good for. Basically he basically challenges the concept of them having hope. But maybe when he said that, really he was like, let's give a hope demonstration. And he
doesn't really fit his character.
I'm gonna pull some hope out of my sleeve.
Fit his character.
He gave her hope by thumbtack.
Let me show you how this hope works.
Yeah.
My thumbtack slap.
Show you the name of my left sword is Hope.
Give her the tack. Give her the tack, Josh.
I think that's one of the Easter eggs. Speaking of things written on his swords, there is Hylian script on Ganondorf's swords in this game, and I'm pretty sure they're like Gapora and Zaphora. Well, whatever the names of the swordsmiths were in Majora's Mask, where it's like almost Gapora, but not quite.
The witches?
No, the swordsmiths.
Big Goron.
In Majora's Mask.
Yeah, I forget. The gilded eye. Yeah,
I like Big Goron.
Swords.
It just says
Alien script.
BAM. It just BAMF.
So yeah, his sword in Tears of the Kingdom says Kotake Koume on them. But I'm pretty sure the one in the Wind Waker is different. Yeah, so Phantom Ganon's sword has Zabora Gabora on it in Hylian.
Okay.
So what does actual Ganon say? Now I gotta look this up too. Sorry.
It's weird. It's a weird thing for his Wind Waker sword to say.
Phantom Ganon says that. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything for like actual Ganondorf sword. Maybe I can.
I think I found something.
Real thing or genuine? So it says the Hylian script on Ganondorf's swords in the Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker translates to Hanmono in the localized English versions, a Japanese word meaning real thing or genuine. So it's not. So it's not Phantom Ganon.
Okay.
However, in the original Japanese version of the game, the inscription did read Kotake Koume. That's
okay.
Still
those are
weird.
the witches.
Yeah. Why didn't we just get that in the English version too? Why would they have changed it to? Well, whatever. So weird Easter eggs. There is writing on his swords for some reason, but it's not hope. We'll say that.
Interestingly enough,
that's what's written on Trunks' ship.
Hey,
yeah, Dragon Ball again.
Mm-hmm.
So weird play by whoever made this, but this is hilarious. In Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Ganondorf's Wind Waker trophy has him with his two swords out, and they read Zubora Gabora in the trophy.
Well,
which is
Brawl
like,
doesn't count.
Yeah, Brawl's not canon.
Yeah, we all know that. What are you gonna play with the Wiimote?
So yeah. So we destroy Ganondorf. He's turned to stone. And as we're leaving, the king gives us a little pep talk. Zelda tries to convince him to come with them, but he's like, but that won't be my Hyrule. That's your kingdom. Like, you got to go make the next world.
I'm just like, shush, Tetra, please don't invite Coral.
But yeah, so the king says he regrets like the whole history of this world, wishes that he could do things differently, which I'm like, cool perspective, guy. We definitely weren't thinking the same thing before you said it.
Some wishes, you know.
Yeah, I wish you would have had this realization before you like flooded the world again. I mean, I get that like it is our home, but yeah, we could have gone about this a little differently. I feel like could just sealed this guy, and then even though he doesn't have that realization as early as I'd like him to, he does kind of come out and be like, well, I guess I was a lot like Ganondorf in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And he says he faced the regrets, but he doesn't thank us for being the one that kind of faced those regrets for him.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like he lets himself off a little easy, but he is a king, so you know, of course.
He has this little statement at the end where he says he scattered the seeds of the future.
Yeah,
the best he could by, I don't know, sending these two kids back up. I'm not sure what he means by that.
Right. Because they're like, and it sort of also comes out of nowhere about how excited they are to go look for a new Hyrule to build.
Yeah, that's kind of like the end scene, right? Like,
well, I mean, like, and they talk about it, like, come with us, like, we need to go find a new land, like, and like, you can come with us and help us find it, which, is the part that I like. Like, I like the idea of like, well, if this is what we're left with, let's get out there, and like, you know, now that we know kind of, I don't know, the cosmology of our world, like, let's go out there and look for new land and, you know, a big mountain somewhere out here, I guess. But
it's fun until you play Phantom Hourglass, and then you're like, well, okay.
Well, no. Well, yeah, it's fun until you play Spirit Tracks, which is actually that, because Phantom Hourglass is not a new Hyrule. It's something else entirely that makes me angry. But Spirit Tracks is that new kingdom, and it's. I just wanted a new.
I think
Wind Waker
Phantom Hourglass is just a new great ocean. Like, it's just a second ocean.
It's a dream state, but I don't know if we want to leave the spoiler for Phantom Hourglass in here.
Well,
cut this
we're
out.
not going to cover it in our show, so I think it's fine.
It doesn't exist. So Spirit Tracks, however, is canonically the land that they found. Nico is old. He's your roommate at the beginning of the game.
You're still a young 10-year-old Toon Link.
You're some like descendant, I assume, because Tetra is also, or the Zelda in that game is a descendant. But yeah, it's not very satisfying as a Wind Waker sequel. But yeah, I have to say I get excited at the idea when they start saying like, let's go find a new Hyrule. Like, that idea does appeal to me, but
that game sounds fun.
Yeah, but it just, you know, It just feels like this whole thing got botched, and he's just like, I'm real sorry about all this. This is all very silly.
Yeah, it feels like the ending statement of this game is to not let the past dictate your future, right?
Mhm.
Like it's like, hey, we're just gonna wash this old kingdom away. Like it's not your world, it's not your kingdom. You shouldn't have to worry about it anymore. I'm sorry you did have to worry about it. But now,
I'm sorry I made you worry about it.
Be looking to the future instead, please. And part of me is like, this whole game was about dealing with the past. Like,
Yeah,
it's like the whole thing. So for that to be the statement at the end is so silly.
it's like a bad climate change metaphor, or like just an older generation apologizing to a younger one for like atrocities in the past, but then it's also like, well, we're just going to wash that away and you're going to start fresh and none of it will matter and it won't affect you at all. And it's like, that's not how it works, especially with the two of us, because we did all the work, but that's not how it works.
Real life doesn't really go that way, guy.
Yeah.
And what really got me was in good old Daphne's fashion when they resurfaced. So like Link and Zelda were protected by the bubble and got to the waters and we're starting to wake up. You see that Zelda has returned to being not a princess. And so like her skin went through another dramatical change and she
took a bath.
magically got tan again. Like,
yeah, the makeup came off.
Yeah, royal people don't, the aristocracy, they didn't bathe. They didn't used to bathe. So, yeah, she finally got to take a bath.
Got all that flour off her.
Yeah. And then, like, her ship and the Rito, like, magically found both of them in the middle of this massive ocean, just somewhere.
Yep.
I mean, maybe the Tower of the Gods, like, vanished, and they were like,
Kamali was there. And I think, like...
Not just Kamali.
Like, Medley and Makar are there, too, aren't they? Yeah.
Our prayer friends are just like, we're done.
We're on the boat.
Is that how that works? Isn't the sword in his face right now? And they're like, yeah, it's fine.
We're done praying.
So, like, we actually got word that the sword was in his face, so we left, found the like, Medley went back to Dragon Roost, got Prince Kamali. Makar went and found the pirates, I guess. And between the different groups, they all said, okay, this is where we last got a signal from the sword. So let's go over to this spot because that's probably where the kids are going to float up. And then we'll get them there.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't know. I just feel like the sword is in his face right now. Like, this is the time you need someone praying for that sword. Be like,
I want to repeat Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, make sure that sword stays right there. Don't touch that sword and pray real hard that it seals him in. I don't know.
Well,
I was just shocked to see them on the boat. I was like, you guys have a job.
Unless he legit is dead, in which case it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
He's petrified.
We still haven't seen a game where anyone pulls the sword out of Ganondorf's face.
That's a long swim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe the hey Bub Davin Bros. Maybe they'll get him.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll pull up Ganon eventually one day.
Pull the sword right out of the face.
Yeah, we were outside. Like,
he was on the top of the tower.
Underground. Yeah, it wasn't like we were underground or anything.
I mean, at least he's like underwater, so he's not going to dehydrate, which is good. That's
good. That's very good. Even though he is rock and just more mineral now. I still feel like Coral just really didn't have a plan for the wish, and that's why he ran in there and did the equivalent of Bulma's underwear, because it's just like, hope, and I don't know. What did we do last time? Flood it again. Let's just do that.
Go back to
anything better. Anything other than what he wants, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it feels like a spite. Like the solution to this game is just to be spiteful and flood him again because it's what he doesn't want.
Hope and water. That's what we got.
What do y'all make of the end credits scene where they're all at Outset, like all the people that live at Outset, and the pirate ship is there, Tetra, Nico, and then like you see them like all waving goodbye, and Link is in Coral's boat, like
this lifeless boat.
Does the boat just? I thought the boat would just disappear. Like he still gets the boat. It's just
it's not possessed by a weird shabby ghost.
It's the catatonic boat, like from when we went down to the castle the first time.
Yeah,
and it just went unresponsive. There's just not a king ghost inside of it anymore. It's still a boat.
I wonder what they would have done in the sequel that they were, wanting to do. Because I assume you would still be on the boat. It just wouldn't talk, and maybe you have like something on your shoulder that talks to you or something. But
that would have been so wild.
It's funny.
If they did a Wind Waker 2 where it was just like you have the King of Red Lions. It's still titled that. It's still like you wrote it on the back of the boat, like they do, on schooners and stuff, or
the name of the boat,
yachts or whatever. It's the name of the boat. You slap it on the back there.
Except now it doesn't speak the words of men.
Right. So you have like a whole second game with just like a boat that looks like it should talk, but doesn't.
A boat that used to talk.
Right.
Well, back with my boat. That's an interesting story. Where did you hear that about the Great Sea? Oh, my boat told me. Well, he can't tell. He can't talk anymore. But like,
It's so crazy.
They could work around to make the boat talk again. Like you got that magic stone, right? Zelda could just like stick the magic stone in the boat's mouth, and then it could not move while it talks, but still talk.
There must have been some magic in that old stone they found.
For when they stuck it in his mouth.
Well, will those stones even work anymore? Because weren't those stones built off of good old Daphne's power? So like Zelda, like returning back to normal with those stones.
Don't make a new stone. There's plenty of secret stones.
It was like he invented it. It wasn't working off of his power.
Oh,
he just invented it. It was a modified gossip stone. Like it was a special version.
He made phone. He made like a little phone. He made a walkie-talkie.
If they made
a gossip stone in there,
a seafaring Wind Waker 2 where you're trying to find the new Hyrule, and like you're teamed up with the pirate ship, like it's like almost like a headquarters where you like are the little dinghy that comes on and off the pirate ship to go to land. I think that could be legit. I would play it.
I'd play Wind of the Waker.
I would play Wind of the Waker.
Yeah.
What would the new Wind Waker 2 be called? The Winds of Hyrule. The Coveted
Legend of Zelda Wind Waker 2.
Wind Harder.
The Shores of Hyrule.
Hurricane.
I was going to say, they don't do twos.
Shores of Hope.
The Adventure of Link 2. So they do
Shores
two.
of Hope.
That was a long time ago.
I like Shores of Hope.
Shores of Hope.
Hope again.
Okay. So, anyone else like think it's crazy that Aryll has to stay at home
with her pirate dress?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, why are you leaving me at home? Like, I'm clearly punk rock now. I've been on a pirate ship for like 2 months while you were praying and fishing up Triforce pieces. Okay.
Listen,
like I've seen things, I've stolen things, I've beaten the crap out of Nico on 2 separate occasions. Okay, you should take me.
The socioeconomic norms of the pirate ship only works with one girl. Okay, if you throw another one on there, it's just gonna get way too complicated.
I mean, but
the real question is, did she ever get her sea glass back?
Nah, we still using that.
Or Link's still holding on to that. Maybe that's what she's sad about in the ending scene. She's like, he ain't never giving me my sea glass back though. Like,
Yeah.
I let him borrow that. He took it.
Now what?
Glad I never gave him my butterfly net.
Man,
I don't know. I mean, Nika will be the bottom girl, so it's fine.
what?
I'm grown.
Should have taken her along. I'm just saying they should have taken her along. You know,
They should have.
whatever. Missed opportunity.
I don't know. It's just, it is what it
But
is.
Grandma, I want to find the new Hyrule.
I think the thing
Well,
is she's just
smash
got to wait
people
until
and take
she's
money.
10, and then she'll get her own green tunic and go on her own
Right.
adventure.
Right.
It'll be
But
the
I wanna
Legend of
get-
Aryll, Shores of Hope. You got to go find your brother.
Right.
Zelda Aryll's aristocracy.
And get in the mosh pit. There's a very surprisingly robust mosh pit system in Wind Waker 2, Aryll, Shores of Hope.
I'm sorry, did you say a
Fascinating.
mosh pit system?
Oh yeah. You know, because she's got the skull dress on.
Oh,
You
all
know,
right. Yeah,
she's
yeah,
hard
yeah.
now. She's punk
mosh
rock.
pit
so-
mechanic, yeah.
yeah, so like her game, like
The right
there's like a
stick.
mosh pit mini game.
You spin the right stick and make her right arm just like do haymakers, and you spin
Yeah,
the other
exactly.
stick, and then the buttons like kick her legs in different directions. It's just great.
Yeah.
It's actually
control
a
of the pit.
dungeon item. It's
The
Mosh's pit. You pull it out, and all the enemies in the area just start like crashing into each other.
Yeah, she just takes her combat boot and like puts it through their front teeth.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm down.
I'm here for it. Nintendo isn't though.
Mm.
All right. So, naming this episode is going to be crazy. I'm going to go ahead and end it though.
That's video games.
All right, everyone. So this has been our episode of A for No, B for Yes, concluding our season of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Thank you so much for listening. Next episode will be our rank and recap episode, where we will talk about the series in general thus far. But y'all have a good few weeks, and we'll catch you next time on A for No, B for Yes.
Leave the ghost king man behind.
Long laugh.
Did you get all that? Because it was a lot.